Hi folks, hopefully you've chosen a skill. So whatever skill it is, please make sure you've chosen one before you watch this video because this video is going to help you think a little bit about how you're going to take that skill and teach it, and then how you're going to go about recording it. So the first thing is you got your skill. So if your skill is something like math that you will have to demonstrate how to do by writing, whether math or ELA are both great ways, great skills that you need to do some writing with. You have to think about what are your choices for that sort of recording. You can certainly use a whiteboard to record, a chalkboard, an easel with chart paper. All of those things work well. A document camera. Okay, those are some great choices, and I'm sure there are others. I'm sure there are many, many others. Maybe some of you are already using tablet, like an iPad or other tablet device to teach. Maybe you use technology. Maybe you use a whiteboard sort of recording on there with your projector hooked up. And it, the method actually doesn't matter, but you need to choose the mode of instruction that you're most comfortable with. And I'm going to have some of my links to my videos down below posted so you can just see some different instructional choices. I've tried many over the years, and it depends what I'm teaching. If I've settled on my document camera for when I want students to be able to attend to details and to really be able to see things up close. If I were doing something with decimal points, for example, definitely underneath the document camera for me is the way to go with math. Now with English, language arts, I teach third grade, so I teach a wide variety of things. Sometimes I use the whiteboard, sometimes I do use chart paper. Still, it depends on where my class is being positioned, and it depends on what the goal of my lesson is, and also thinking about what kind of movements and transitions I do or don't want as a part of that lesson. When you're thinking about the videoed or the recorded portion of a lesson, you want to think short. You want to think short clips. So 3 to 5 minutes, I would say, and maybe not even that long, but just to get started with. So you kind of want to think about where are your students going to be during that time? Where are you going to be? Where is your equipment going to be? What equipment are you using? Is it a document camera? Is it a chart paper? Is it a whiteboard and markers? Is it paper and pencil? What visual do you have for students to access? And where are they going to be during that process? So we're going to look at some of those choices, but as you're thinking about how you're putting your project together, I want you to think about what the setup is going to look like in your classroom and what materials you're going to need to actualize the teaching of that lesson for your kids. So you want to think a little bit about that. Another thing to think about too is maybe you're a PE teacher or a martial arts teacher or some teacher, music teacher who teaches some sort of action or activity. You may be using just a regular video camera or an iPad or even your laptop having set up taking video sort of like I am right now. You want to have it set up so the camera will capture your movement, not your writing or something. So you have to think about what piece of recording, what recording device is going to capture the actual skill that you're trying to teach. And you can let's say you do an introduction to your students, and then you say, now I'm going to record this portion of the lesson. However you're going to record it, whether it's under a document camera, whether it's a video camera, whether it's on your computer, whether it's a tablet device, you just tell the students, now I'm going to record this portion of the lesson, and then you record it. So you do your 3 to 5 minutes, and then you hit the stop button. You say to the students, thanks so much for listening to that, and maybe even get some feedback for them on your lesson if you want to, or just sort of continue a pace, continue whatever the next portion of your class is. You have the recorded lesson stored somewhere, whether it's on a memory card in a document camera or in a computer, on a hard drive, on your phone or your video camera itself or on your tablet device. Somewhere hopefully you've stored that video, and you will go back and look at that later on at a time when your lesson is not going on. You'll finish up the lesson. You'll kind of think about how did that recording go for you, because some of you might find it goes very smoothly, and other of you might find, wow, that was terrible. That was awful. I never ever want to do it that way again. And I've had both of those experiences, and you will have those sorts of experiences as you start doing recordings and as you start working on it. You see what works, you see what doesn't work. It's just like everything else you do in the classroom. You see what works, you see what doesn't work, and you try something else. And there is kind of a system that I think works pretty well, but it's for what I do, and you may need to adapt that into a way that's going to work the best for you. So as far as how the actual recording takes place, after you've got your skill, you're just going to think about what materials, how are you going to set up your classroom, where is the recording taking place within the context of that lesson. Again, you're not recording a whole 1 hour lesson, you're not recording 30 minutes, you're recording 3 to 5 minutes. So where does that recording take place? How is that happening? You hit the button, you're done hitting the button, and then kind of move on with your lesson. So sort of just think that through a little bit. And maybe you can't get a visual for it. Maybe you just sort of need to teach your lesson and grab the video camera, or teach the lesson and then say, oh, the recording goes here. That's fine if you kind of already know which skill you're planning to teach. You can certainly do that way. And then just learn by kind of some trial and error. And that's really what it's going to be about. And then once you've got your video, we'll talk about what to do with that next. So good luck. I hope you're enjoying this project and enjoying this course, and I want to wish you the best of luck, and please keep us updated on what you're doing. Love to hear it, and certainly love to hear different classroom setups and different things that you've tried that have worked or that haven't worked, so that other people can also try it too. All right, thank you.